In this video, we'll look at question 74 from the 2016 exam. So in this question, we have a parachutist and a parachute, obviously attached to one another, but here they are drawn separately, and three forces which act on each of them. So six forces in total. There's the air resistance of the parachute, L, then the weight of the parachute, the weight of the parachutist, force from the parachutist on the parachute, force from the parachute on the parachutist, and air resistance on parachutist, Q. Then we are also given 5 equations. We are supposed to say which of these equations is or are a consequence of Newton's third law, a direct consequence of that. It's very important to get this right because the question is not asking which of the equations is true. In fact, most of them will be true, but which is a direct consequence of Newton's third. So here's the statement of Newton's third law telling us that between every two objects there are forces of equal magnitude and opposite direction. Here's the key thing. If one object A exerts force Fa on a second object B, then B simultaneously exerts the force Fb on A. So we are looking for forces where one acts on one object from the other one, and the second force is the exact opposite. And since our two objects are the parachute and the parachutist, those must be the forces they exert on one another. So the force from the parachutist on the parachute and the force from the parachute on the parachutist. So 4 is definitely correct. In fact, the only correct answer. Newton's third law can always only be of the form one force equals some other force. The moment we have to add some forces, that cannot be third law. And how about L equals Q? Well, air resistance acting upwards and air resistance acting upwards. Again, that's nonsense because Newton's third law pair, those two forces, they have to act in exactly opposite directions. So neither is it 3, which means that 4 was the only correct answer, and in the exam, that was option C.